Hey there, it's Dan, Wardrope here from Flexxable, and I'm going to talk to you today about going a little bit further up the awareness stage when you're creating your advertising hooks for different campaigns or different industries or niches. And the example I'm going to give today is in equity release or reverse mortgages, as they call it in the States. But before I do, I'm pointing down here because I really want you to, I think it's on this side, but I really want you to subscribe to our channel because we're starting to create a lot more content here, which is going to help lead gens and help people that are really trying to come up with great hooks for their campaigns, which is going to reduce their cost per lead and increase their quality, all that type of stuff. We're going to ramp up from 2 to maybe 4 or 5 bits of content a week. So please do subscribe now. I'd really appreciate you spreading the word as well. So equity release or reverse mortgage. I was on a call with one of my students. No, it was actually in my mastermind group, and I asked 3 people to, the first 3 people that write their ads here, I'm going to try and write it better for them and come up with a new angle or a new hook or anything like that that can reduce their cost per lead. And he was talking about equity release, and he posted one of his ads, and it was all about take money out of your current property without any increase in interest payments, pay for your kids' private education, downsize your property, buy a holiday home. All of this type of stuff that we see in all of these equity release ads that everyone's kind of running. Okay. And fair enough, that might work. But when you think about it, it's more, that angle's more, it's more directed towards people that have an understanding of what equity release is already. Okay. And that's a relatively small segment of the market. Okay. So the reason I know this is because my parents-in-law just passed 70. And they were talking to me the other day about how they want to get a new mortgage, and they can, but they can only do it on a very short, number of years because they're a little bit more elderly, and the bank doesn't want to take the risk of lending to them over a 25-year period or whatever that is, right? So they can only get a 10-year mortgage, and that's frustrating to them, and it means their payments are overinflated, and it makes them feel bad that they're getting older and all that type of stuff. Got me thinking, so why don't you create an angle or a hook around the fact that it sucks that the banks won't lend more than a 10-year mortgage to people that are over 70, because that problem there is way more broad, and it has a much bigger audience than the audience of people that know what equity release is and are being sold and taken from knowing nothing about equity release to becoming a lead on seeing an equity release ad like that. Okay, so a better angle or something that opens up the market and really allows you to get more leads at a higher volume and probably a lower cost if you can write a great advertorial is to go slightly up the awareness cycle or the awareness stage where people kind of don't know they've got a problem yet, or they've got a problem at the moment but they don't know what the solution is. And that's the way to be able to scale a campaign. And it's only one way in equity release. There could be 3 or 4 other different ways of doing things as well. There could be a way that you could talk about helping your kids get on the property market and not even talking about equity release within the ad. You could create kind of a clickbaity ad on Taboola or whatever it is, help your kids get on the property market without any extra, without dipping into your savings or something like that. And then you can go into how that works in equity release, because they're a really brilliant financial product, but no one really knows how good they are because they haven't taken the time to read something. So if you can get them in a really great hook, like the 10-year mortgage thing I spoke about, or the fact that they can get to help their kids get on the property market with any additional mortgage payments or dipping into their savings or their pension pot, then you're suddenly opening up the market, which is what we want to do, which is clever advertising. And yeah, it's not easy, and this isn't proven. I don't even know whether it works. But in my mind, it is a hook or an angle that is probably worth testing. And this is what it's all about in the marketing game and the lead generation game. It's coming up with new angles, new hooks, and really knowing your audience. And a lot of this comes from actually speaking to the client and picking up the phone. I'm a big relationship type guy. So I hope this video helped. Again, subscribe now if you haven't done so already. And I guess I'll see you in the next video. Take care.